Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, coming to you on the CoolStuffInc.com YouTube channel. Remember to like and subscribe to show you a sweet mono white angel deck that I've been playing. It adds a little bit of the angel theme flair to the mono white power deck that has been doing very well in standard. And it even flashes in a few other colors, by the way, of the tri-lands that cycle, to use Archangel of Wrath and its kicker abilities to max effect. This is definitely one of the best cards in the deck, a card so good that not every deck runs 4 Wandering Emperors since they've started trying out this card. It's made the Mardu version of the deck very, very good. But if you want a good solid mana base for best of one gaming and ranking up quickly, then mono white is an effective way to go. Giada is in the 2 spot and is the #1 reason to have an angel sub-theme because it ramps into your more powerful angels quicker. But you still have a lot of the cards that we love, like Bankbuster and Wandering Emperor and Wedding Announcement. Steel Seraph is another rock star that's been rising up the ranks, mostly because it can't be killed by Go for the Throat or Cut Down. So it puts the black decks in an interesting bind. It also keeps your damage evasive, vigilant, and lifelinky, which is very, very good when the opponent is trying to race you or you just want to get over the top of that Death Touch Sheldred. I think that you guys are really going to like this Angel White deck, and there is a little bit of holiday flavor and spirit in there as well. So let's dive in. Let the angels we have heard on high hallelujah chorus begin. Oh Lord, no creatures shall pass in here. Oh goodness, don't even try it. Watch them play, you know, turn 2 Bankbuster. Well, it's not something I can kill right away, but these will be useful. These will be useful. Swifty, Swifty. Very powerful card. We go to 17. And Epicure, okay. I think I'm going to use the Restoration here because I actually want to be set up to get something back with my Paragon when I play it. And then we'll lay down arms the next turn. I might actually use Eiganjo on the Etching because I am concerned that with 2 spells, the Swift Spear could survive. And what a blowout that would be. But we'll see if they do anything pre-combat. Okay, they're using Blood on a Mountain, so they must have another mountain. Okay, Foundry. Well, that means that they can't play 2 spells. So I'm safe to Eiganjo the Swift Spear because they did that pre-combat. I'm gonna see first if they wanna snap off a Lightning Strike here. Thinking they'll get an extra damage with their Swift Spear. They do. We'll play the Paragon next turn when we can immediately get value. I do have to draw some larger creatures or something. But an Archangel of Wrath would really wreck them. Here, Squee, good one. Very good one. And they have another land. Thinking about not playing it, which might mean that it's the channel land. We should play as if they have a Sokensen. Here's our Serra Paragon. Here's our land. Here's more arms being laid down. Our opponent goes to 29 and we are at 7. If we can somehow blow up this land, we can gain 2 life. Wholesome magic at its finest. Warfare. Okay, this might be a trap. If we take the 2 here, though, we're so close to dying. I think I'm priced into a block. And if they use a Play with Fire or end the festivities or whatever here, 2 things happened. 1, we got them to play it. 2, their Sokensen is a land, so it's not going to hurt us. It's a lot of planes we're drawing here, making me nervous. This is not the best time for a Bankbuster. Come on, Archangel of Wrath, show your face. You're supposed to make these Matchup's easy mode. But you can't do it if you don't show up to work. Power up Foundry and attack? Do you have another End the Festivities? They drew that mountain, or they would have played it last turn. So what's their last card? It might be a Lightning Strike. It usually is with these decks. They trade there, which is... I don't know about that. There's the draw. That's what we're talking about. If their last card is a Lightning Strike, I'll take mine. The Archangel of Wrath. Yep. They have to kill it, and they get the +1 from Warfare to do it, but we go up to 10. And we may as well punch them for 4. So now we're drawing 2 cards a turn, they're drawing 1. Okay, the 4th lay down arms, Shuffler fine. More angels, please. Would like more angels from Angel deck. Let's land cycles. Let's draw with Buster. Come on. There it is. Okay. We can give this lifelink. If we wait a turn, we can play it for 6, but I don't think that that is a huge difference, if I'm being honest. And if they have another Lightning Strike, well, no stick, so they probably don't, but every point matters. But we're going to hold this to cycle. Here's the thing. I can lay down arms for 3 life on my human, but I'm not going to. I think 11 is safe enough against 1 card in hand. Especially with a lifelink threat now. The adversary. Okay, that brings back a Lightning Strike. It's not a very kind magic card. Yep. And then they still have 1 more in the graveyard after that. But they have to get rid of the Seraph, and they know it. I have to keep my life total high. So I'm not taking a 4-point hit from this adversary. Another Bankbuster is nice. Another Bankbuster is also nice. Let's get this thing off the board. And then we'll keep drawing with these Bankbusters. I was going to wait to cycle this. I'm going to play it out. Now that we have all these Bankbusters drawing cards, we're probably not going to need to cycle the land anytime soon. A good healthy 11. Obliterating Bolt on the token. Do we crew? I don't think we do. We can't draw if we crew because this has Summoning Sickness. You can tell by the little ripple thingy. You see the stick? There is a stick from the opponent now, so they might have drawn another Lightning Strike. Let's draw now. Might change our play to see what we get. Aha! Wonderful. All right, land for turn. Seraph. No longer a prototype. Fully formed. 5/4. Dishes out lifelink like it's the job. And today we're going to try to award such lifelink to the Bankbuster, but we'll see if the opponent kills it. They're letting it happen. Lifelink. Do we attack all? I think we do. We can play the Farmhand just to have a blocker post combat. And gaining 6 here. Sorry, 5. Play with fire. Get that scry. I think that 5 life, though, is going to bury mono red. Always good to have more lands. Unless you need to draw something that's not a land. But getting them for free off other cards is great. Swifty. Come at me, Swifty. Come and get it. So that is exactly how we want things to go against mono red. Just draw the angel at exactly the right time and draw 4 lay down arms to keep them from killing you. You'll do fine. Just do all those things. Phyrexia's power continues to grow as it prepares to take over the multiverse and make everything one. All pre-orders for Phyrexia All Will Be One products will sweeten the deal with an all-new exclusive CGB Dragon token. Every single sealed product, commander deck, bundle, everything that's coming with the new set gets upgraded with a CGB token for free. Get your pre-orders in and become complete with Phyrexia All Will Be One. CoolStuffInc.com, cool stuff in stock. All right, we've got 2 laydown arms, Farmhand and Seraph, so it's definitely a keeper. Esper. Mana's open. Doubt they want to counter a Farmhand, and there's no stick, but they do have creature removal. You can feel it right there. As soon as the game pauses, it's because it's giving the opponent an option they didn't have before. The change is the creature. The target. Plaza of Heroes. Wedding Announcement. Okay, very powerful card to have on curve. We have one too. We could also play the Seraph. Give this flying, start attacking, but I think it's more important to get Wedding Announcement going. And I don't really want to trade the Farmhand for the opponent's 1/1. The Farmhand has extra text. If we get Coven, we can transform it into a 3/3 lifelink. No plays. Well, when somebody passes with 4 mana open, it usually means a Wandering Emperor. So we have a few options against a Wandering Emperor. We can play a prototype Steel Seraph, give a creature vigilance and attack. They'll just block with some of their 1/1s. Not very useful. We could attack with both to draw with Wedding Announcement, but they'll either trade or they'll ambush us and we'll lose our creatures and it will be very sad. I think that we just play the Bankbuster and keep the cards moving. The Wedding Announcement will keep building up our board presence. The Bankbuster can build up a card advantage. Wandering Emperor is a powerful card, but it's not that dangerous. And when we have Steel Seraph to combine with Bankbuster, sometimes we can just snipe it out by flying over the top. And the opponent just cycles the tower. They didn't even play a Wandering Emperor. It could mean they have counterspells instead. Okay, Urtai, or no, not Urtai, Ao, the Dawn Sky, has a death benefit, which means exile effects are very good against it. So they're going to draw with the Wedding Announcement. Then they're going to turn these into 2/2s. On our turn, we turn ours into 2/2s. We just draw back at them here. We could power up the Bankbuster and block, but if we do that, we don't get to draw. So we just take this. This also means they don't make a token. So when we get rid of Ao, the Dawn Sky, with the laydown arms, they just have nothing. We do need the 5th planes though. So we have to decide now. Are we playing the Seraph? Are we playing the Wedding Announcement? I think we can play the tapped land. I think this is double announcement time. Seraph helps us hit hard, but I trust the opponent to be able to not get run over. Also, we could crew this and attack for 1 more point, but then we don't draw, so. Cards are going to be very important. It's going to be the core of this matchup. So we draw wherever we can. All right, they've got a Raffine. That'll make these tokens do some pretty nasty things. One of them is going to get stronger. But if they're flooding, they might just want to discard lands here. Okay, they are not lands. It's 2 cards that do have graveyard value, and Denick and Underdog. But then they pass with just 2 mana up and not playing a land, which is really weird. I guess they hit no lands in all of that. All right, lay down arms on your Raffine. So how to use the rest of our turn? Could play another creature. Could play the Seraph. At this point, it's on track to be a prototype. I kind of want to draw with this Bankbuster. We're going to do that. Maybe we should do that now. Although, actually, no, these will draw. I think I know what I want to do. I want to attack with 2 of these to draw, but then when... Yeah, if I attack with 2 of these and draw, then I have 1 back. Nah. I was gonna say, then I get to draw and I have a 2/2 to block, but it can't crew the Buster. It's not that good. I'm just gonna draw with Buster now. We might hit a playable card. Another Bankbuster and Ambitious Farmhand. Okay. There's a Wandering Emperor. We are at 12. I want the opponent to believe in the race and then hopefully hit them with the Archangel of Wrath and throw off their math. That is probably coming next turn, because they're staying very aggressive. They've got a Bankbuster. They have mana open, so that could be counterspell mana, so we have to be careful. I think what I do here is I go for the Seraph on Prototype. This on its own creates a life-linking attack. Resolves. And then we hold up Wandering Emperor for their attack. Let's target a token instead of the Farmhand if they're going to kill it. Yep, they kill it. But we already got the attack in. So we draw. We have good defenses. It's going to be hard for them to eliminate us. Plus we have Wandering Emperor. Shieldred, of course. We could have drawn with Bankbuster in response, but then we don't have Wandering Emperor available, just in case they use this 2 mana. Alright, so let's think. I think what I want to do is transform the Ambitious Farmhand. So to do that, we crew the Bankbuster. And we activate. We could also draw and then use the treasure to activate, but we'd have to pay life because of Shieldred, and we're pretty low. I don't like that. So we go to 4. Remove it. Get rid of it. Too powerful. I think what we did very well that game was convince the opponent that they were in a race, that they could get us to 0 before we could get them to 0. And while in that race, we were gaining a lot of card advantage from wedding announcements and Bankbusters. And then when they realized too late that they couldn't win that race from all our lifelink and stuff, they were just too far behind. This hand has a bunch of cheap cards and the lands to cast them. There's no removal, there's no laydown arms, so I hope our opponent's playing control and not an aggro deck like Soldiers. But that is Soldiers, and they have Thalia, which means our wedding announcement just got worse. However, let's play Giada here. We'll go for board presence. We can play our creatures through the Thalia without penalty. And if they don't get rid of Giada, we get to start playing very large and powerful angels. All right, still no land. Hopefully we'll draw it from the Overseer. We get the Vigilant attack in first. Then we Oversee. Then we draw land. Easy. Not cool. Missing land drops against Thalia is painful. Siege Veteran. Okay, our opponent doesn't have a Brutal Cathar. If they had it, I think Giada would already be dead. So we're in a race. It's actually a race we can win. But the opponent here, they'll probably enlist with the Guardian, which means they're going to scry. If they scry to the top, we know they've probably found a Brutal Cathar. 2 to the top. All right. Things just got a lot worse. But if we draw some land, there's a land. Okay, we can get out an Archangel of Wrath or a Serra Paragon. Regardless, we attack first. I think a big Archangel of Wrath is exactly what we need. We don't have the other mana sources yet, and the Archangel of Wrath with its incredible life-linking ability really stabilizes the game. However, they scryed 2 to the top. We have to expect something like a Brutal Cathar. If they have a Brutal Cathar, we want it taking out the Paragon. Land, and I don't think they should keep anything on top that's not a Brutal Cathar, but I've also seen a lot of people who play soldiers, just they don't scry to the bottom almost ever. Okay. They're gonna keep enlisting. And remember, they scryed to the top last turn, so one of these cards on top is known and they kept it intentionally. And they're still scrying to the top, so yeah, they feel good about things. Blocking doesn't matter because they can give it indestructible. They're taking a lot of damage in the air, but yeah, there's the Cathar. They go for Giada. Okay, they let me keep the Paragon. So I think they have, sadly, I think that they have another Brutal Cathar here. So we have to try to race them here. We play the Archangel and they take that out. It's pretty bad. If we play 2 Farmhands, we have 2 chump blockers, which is pretty important. If they take 8, then they're dead in the air to Overseer plus Paragon. The problem is we're dead on the ground if we only have 1 blocker, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right. Right. That's the problem. We don't have vigilance or anything. So maybe we just need to hold back and block, but then they just press on with the Guardian. All right. I've got to play these Farmhands. Need the blockers. And I think they're going to remove the Paragon anyway, so I think I'm just gonna keep attacking. What is this threatening to trade with? If this is back, it holds back both of these. I think they're going to remove this, so I'm going to attack with it. And it's what they want to remove. And they go to 8. 8 to 8. Tight race. Yeah, not having the kicker colors for the Archangel of Wrath is nasty. It's going to happen sometimes. We have 8 of the Tri-lands to reduce that mana in the deck, but sometimes they don't show up. Really hurts when they don't show up in the same game that Laydown Arms doesn't show up. But we try to make it work. Opponent is dead in the air if they don't remove something. And remember, they kept 2 on top. I told you last time, it was probably a Brutal Cathar, and the other one was probably also a Brutal Cathar. Let's see. They go to combat. Counter on the Veteran. Thalia's in. Guardian's in. Guardian is going to enlist. Nope. Siege Veteran's in. Huh. Well, this is easy. This is a question mark because it feels like they're potentially dead in the air. So I think I just do this and I make them get rid of these another way. Okay. So they have something. Soul Partition. Yep. That'll do it. That'll do it. Lay down arms off the top. So the ward is 3 life. We could also hit the Guardian or the Veteran. It's 3 mana. As we try to stall out this game, here's an Overseer. If we double spell, it's going to retransform the Brute though, which I didn't think of in time. If we go to 4, our blocks are very bad. I don't think this will work anymore. I think I blew it. No choice. If I had brought this back first, I would have been able to put a counter on this Overseer too. So 2 big misplays. It looks like it's going to cost me the game. Because here I just have to chump away my position, and I don't have good follow-up next turn. I guess I can still take a hit from the Thalia. I can't take a hit from the Thalia. Yeah, it's lethal all the way around, and I have no blocks. I feel bad about that. I feel very bad about that game. This hand is great, and it's on the play. This is everything you want your Angel deck to do. I don't think we've really had a hand like this yet that will hit its first 3 land drops and play some Angels on curve, so we're going to keep it. Our opponent claims to be our boss. We're going to put that to the test. You know, the second I see mono red, though, the plan changes. The plan changes. Because we can't just play a Giada and have them kill the Giada, pump the Swift Spear, and still beat me up. Just can't do it. We got to play defensively. There's no other reasonable way to play the match. Yep, and they had a 1-2-3 curve. So now we just have to avoid damage at every turn. So what do they see? They see a Chandra. So we need to build a board presence to attack a Chandra. We can do that. Serious question, though, here about whether or not we play the Giada or the Buster. If we play the Buster, next turn Archangel of Wrath can crew it to attack the Chandra, which they probably don't see coming. Playing Giada, though, lets us use Archangel of Wrath to pick it off. And we know that they're going to cast this, but if they have another burn spell and they just kill a Giada, then we're behind. I think it's the Buster. Weird, but true. I think that's the best way to make sure that Chandra dies this turn.
Without the sun, I'll light you. Watch me heat up the dance floor.
Okay, and they impulse, and next turn they'll have an Epicure and their land drop. Okay. Interesting choice. Especially now that we have the lands to make the Archangel of Wrath hit stuff. And if we play it and they just lightning strike it, we don't get any life. So I think it's actually a little weird, but it's this. It's our best chance to make Giada mean something. Too bad we can't, like, grant vigilance.
No after party. I'm wiped out.
We have 16 life, but it's not as much as you think. Not against mechanized warfare and a handful of cards. And you see, here we go. Life total plummeting. The opponent's going face, though. They didn't get rid of Giada. Lack of respect there, perhaps. I don't think I attack with the Farmhand. I think they'll trade, and we can turn this into a life-linking threat. But this has vigilance, so we need to attack first. Double kick. And that's a lot of lifelink. Yes. Also out of range of lightning strike plus warfare. Is that all you got? Dig. Scoop. That's the comeback we're looking for. Take that, mono red. So, in kind of summary, how would I sum up this Angel deck? On the play, it is really hard to deal with for almost every deck in the format. On the draw, it's very difficult to always keep up with the best draws out of decks like Mono Red and Soldiers, but you can do it. There's a lot of interesting choices about sequencing of creatures, which isn't something that you run into in too many decks. Usually the curve is very straightforward. This one, it's a lot trickier, but the better you get at it, the better you'll do. And learning little things like when Mono Red is playing that super hyper aggressive game, you don't just run out your Giada and hope you untap with it most of the time. You have to actually stave off their stuff and take over later. That kind of thing comes to you with a little bit of experience. The deck is super powerful. It's monocolor, so you don't have as many mana problems as others, and you get to play really sweet cards like Angels. So I do recommend this deck for best of one. I would rate it in a mid-B tier. It's very fun, and it can get you to Mythic. So thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe. You're cool.